Welcome to Parent Coaches Unleashed, the podcast where we dive into the highs, lows, and did that really just happen moment of parenting teens and young adults. We're Carrie and Jessica, parent coaches, mythbusters, and occasional referees in the battle of hormones versus common sense.
If you've ever wondered, is this just happening to me? You're not alone. We're here to help you with real talk, expert advice, and hopefully a few laughs along the way. Need more support? We also offer private coaching, workshops, and speaking engagements because sometimes even parents don't have all the answers.
So continue listening as we tackle this parenting journey together.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to today's episode of Parent Coaches Unleashed. Hi, Carrie.
Hey, Jessica, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
I am great, and I can't believe that we are at our 2-year anniversary of launching the podcast.
Isn't that crazy?
I just don't even know where the time went. It feels a long time ago, but yet it doesn't feel like 2 years. Should be
So
I don't
I
know.
was just looking back to share some episodes with some of our listeners, and I, there were 96 episodes to choose from.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, yeah.
That's
And
like
I bet
that's
if
a
we listen to, the first one versus, one from a month ago, right, there would be just, a big difference in how we sound and what we talk about and maybe our I hope there's a big
I hope there's
difference
growth for
in
sure.
our, how confident we are or comfortable we are and how much we're sharing. It felt so new.
Yeah,
Right, when we first did it, "What are we gonna do? How are
I
we gonna
know.
do this?" And now here we are just doing it, and, I think of late, we've been getting lots of compliments and feedback and testimonials, which we'll be sharing on our Instagram and on our website,
Yes, for sure.
but the one thing that stands out to me, which is I think we set out to do, was to make sure that people feel listened to, heard, and not alone. And that's the feedback we're hearing is that we just make guests and listeners feel really
Yeah.
comfortable.
I love it too. Love what we're doing.
Mhm.
I truly enjoy our
Yeah.
conversations. We've had some really great guests. We've had some really great conversations with them. And I feel like we're doing a good job of digging deep, asking the hard questions, finding the tough topics, but also having fun with the lighter topics
Mhm.
and you just discussing everyday stuff that that could be relevant to our listeners.
Yes, I think we've really found our niche, right? Our listeners seem to be, in the parent of teens
Right,
and
right,
young
right, right.
adults. So there's so many different stages of growth. And I know as parents, you always think those early days are the ones that are really, really hard. But as we're learning, it doesn't stop. There's different levels of challenge in the parenting
Yes.
role. And when you think that, okay, you're at the empty nest stage and it's going to get really easy and I'm done, well, you're never done.
Nope. And and someone just said it to me the other day. I feel like this is something we spoke about 2 years ago when we first started. They said to me, "Little kids, little problems, big kids, really big problems." So
Mhm.
even like you said, when you think you're done,
No,
you're not.
no.
So and that's what we're here for. We're here to enjoy the ride with you.
Yes. And
So
we are enjoying it. And today
oh my gosh.
we are really going to enjoy this episode and we hope you do as well.
Well
as we have something a little different we're doing to celebrate our 2-year anniversary.
well, our guests today are really how we got here, because without our guests today, this podcast would never be. So for our guests today, Carrie and I have invited our own children to be on the podcast. So we'll be hearing from Carrie's sons, Ryan and Devin. And then we will be hearing from my three kids, from Avery, Cody, and Jackson. And they'll surprise us. I'm not sure if they'll all show up together at the same time or if they'll come in one by one, but we'll see. And I think it'll be really fun. Where I think our objective today is to parenting through the eyes of our young adults.
And it's not for us to see what we did right, wrong, what they think about our parenting, but in general, the concept of parenting through the eyes of a young adult, because we
Yes.
have 18 to 26-year-olds.
Yes, rehashing our past will be a whole different episode.
Yeah, yeah.
Today,
Maybe
it's
we
just
actually
about
have
what
to have
they think.
different hosts for that one.
Yeah.
Maybe, like that's what we should do. We should have, like, guest hosts.
Oh, maybe. There you go. There's something. Or maybe our kids should host us
There we
and
go.
ask us questions.
There we go. Alright.
Without further ado, let's bring Ryan on. Let's talk
Alright.
to Ryan. Hi, Ryan.
Hi.
How are you?
Thank you.
Oh, wait, we can't see yet.
Um, okay. So, Ryan, couple of questions for you. We'll make this as painless as possible.
Okay.
So, in your opinion, what is it that you think that children really need from their parents?
So what I think what children need from their parents are the love, support, and discipline day in, day out.
Do you think they all go hand in hand?
That's a great question.
Took a while, but I got there.
Yeah. Um, I think they do. They somewhat cross intersect. Yeah.
Okay.
But I
All
think they
right.
all come at different times throughout one's life
Hmm.
cycle, I guess.
No, I think you're right. And I think it's interesting that you say discipline, because I mean, I think that's a big one too, but I feel like in today's parenting discussions, there's so much I feel like you're on one side of or the other, in terms of discipline. Like, people
Mhm.
think there's permissive parenting where people let their kids do whatever they want because they don't need the structure and the boundaries that discipline provides. And then you have the parents who are, these are our rules and you're following them, and that's it. I'm the parent because I said so. And I think, Carrie, if I think you'd agree with me, but I think, like, you and I fall somewhere in the middle, that there has to be some happy medium there. And Ryan, I like how you said that the support and love, if you have the support and love, then the discipline kind of falls where it should,
Mhm.
if that makes sense.
Yes. I think there's many areas in where you can be disciplined as a parent, like whether it's with, uh, phones or the way in which you speak to each other or certain activities you can and can't do growing up. I think there's boundaries for a lot of things and
Ooh, he used
discipline.
the word. I was waiting for it.
Uh,
And this was not coached at all, but I was
No,
waiting for
you're
the
waiting for the
boundary
one
word. I
boundary one
love it.
word.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good.
that's you
I
know,
I didn't have many as a kid. I think I
Oh, here we
pushed
go. Okay.
boundaries.
He pushed the
you
boundaries.
Yeah,
so
I
you
definitely
had
pushed
them, you just pushed them. You
Yes.
Yes.
just didn't respect
Yes.
them.
At a time when my brain wasn't as fully functioning as it is today.
Yep.
Well, you tested them, but I think that is part of childhood, testing the boundaries, seeing what you can and cannot get away with, but also seeing how your parent responds back to you when you do
Right.
test those boundaries.
Yes.
Like, what are the consequences?
Agreed.
So, huh, okay. What do you think matters most in being a good parent?
I think what matters most is, good communication,
There we go.
and I also think as a parent, it's okay to make mistakes because not everything's perfect.
That is something, your mom and I say all the time, and I think what goes hand in hand with that as a parent is also admitting it, saying, "You know what? I totally messed that one up. If we could have a redo, I would really appreciate it." And I think it lets your children know that we're human. We're all going to make mistakes. Not everybody has all the answers, not everybody knows all the right things to do. I think that's a good one. Okay. From your experience, what do you see is the most rewarding part of parenting?
The most rewarding part of parenting, I would say, is watching your kids grow up and then also grow up to become good humans
Carrie, are you so proud right now?
I am. He's listing all the terms and the words
that that we
that we
use. Yeah.
use, and
Or that I've learned to use based off of the way
That's
yeah.
in which I was parented.
Yeah, and one of the things, right, that Jessica is very big on is just raising good humans. That's all we want. So
yes.
she could be your parent too. You learn from her.
Yeah.
And communication. I mean, that's
And
what I feel like we
communication.
say
Yeah.
all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
It all starts with that's it's just something I really firmly believe. It all starts with open lines of communication,
Hmm.
being available for your kids to talk to you about anything, or also being able to sit and not talk there. I mean, communication comes in all different
Yeah,
forms,
and
but
and to be able to listen as well.
oh my gosh. Listening. But listening is such an important part of communicating also, to
Mhm.
be able to understand what someone is saying to you or asking of you or not asking of you or that they just want you to listen. So,
There's
wh-
always a lot going on in today's world, so being able to listen to one specific thing is not always easy.
Yeah.
yes, 100%. So, the flip side of that, what do you think is the most challenging part to parenting?
The most challenging part, I think, would be to let your kids be independent and to learn from their own mistakes. To watch them make mistakes is not easy as a parent.
To watch them fail. I
To watch
mean,
them fail.
everybody wants to just jump in and
Yep.
that's
Swoop them up, yeah.
Watch
yep.
them fall, fail, get hurt,
Well, yes.
disappoint, all those things.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yes. Yep.
Yep.
But
But that's how they grow.
ri that you could be a guest podcast host here, Ryan. You know all of everything we're gonna say.
And we're gonna keep this so when and if you have your own children, we're gonna be able to play it back, and so it'll remind you, like,
Things that I say
how
to
you
keep my
felt
word,
before you actually had
to become.
little ones and had to really do
So,
something. Because sometimes it's easier said than done.
Oh, for sure.
yes, I
Definitely
feel
does
like it's
not go
always
your way.
easier. I feel like it's always easier said than done, but that
Yes.
brings us to our last question, and I think, Carrie, that was a good segue. When and if you have your own family, your own children, what do you think is one thing you will take from your childhood that your parents did that you would like to incorporate into your parenting?
The answer to this question that I thought best suited my scenario was based off of my experiences and my observations through watching my friends be raised, to watching at different ages of life, whether when I was in the young ages of middle school or below in high school and in college, seeing the way in which my friends interacted with their parents and the way that they talk to each other kind of built the way I see how I believe a good parent can be a good parent.
All right, so explain what that was that you saw that you would like to
The
emulate.
discipline, the beliefs, the morals,
Mm.
those are things I learned when I was in an older age, I
Okay.
think.
So it's not really one thing, it's kind of like
It's not one
wrapped up
thing.
in how you were parented, not like one thing specifically how you were parented. Those are all those are pretty good things. Morals and values and discipline, as you said, and I'm
Mhm.
sure tons of love and support as well.
Oh, tons of it, yes. Can't forget about that one.
I'm sitting here and I'm trying to decide if if you are more like your mom or your dad in the way you speak. I think you look more like your mom, and I think you have so many of the same mannerisms as your dad. Like the way you talk,
What do you
the way
think?
you pause and gather your thoughts.
I don't know. I mean, I
It's
think
hard to
both
see,
of
I
the
guess.
kids are mixes,
Yeah.
but I think Ryan looks more like Ken,
Mm,
but I don't know about the mannerisms. I think they might be Ken too, but Ryan and I have more similar personalities. We think the same things are funny and we can have that silent giggle code. We could just look at each other and know that the other one thought.
huh.
We are observers compared to
Yes, we
most.
are
Yes.
observers.
Okay.
We
Yes.
can notice
Oh.
things.
All right, Ryan, thank you so much for being with us.
Of course, thank you for having me.
Oh.
Now we'd like to introduce you to Carrie's firstborn, the boy who made her a mom. Please
Mhm.
welcome to the show, Devin. Hi, Devin.
Hey guys, thank you for having me.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for doing this. We're so glad you're with us on our anniversary special. All right,
No,
we're going to just jump right in with our parenting questions if that's okay.
sure, go ahead.
Um what do you think matters the most in being a good parent?
I think three things when my mom first asked me the question came to the top of my head. Um, Good listening skills. It's really important to make your child feel like seen and heard, like
Mm,
with their concerns, if they have any issues, if they're
sure.
uncomfortable with anything. And then patience. Patience is super key. I know my brother and I weren't always the best behaved at times. So, especially with him being a little high energy and me just asking a ton of questions all the time, I think
So
that's really key. And then just compassion.
mm,
It's a huge thing. I mean, generationally, there's a ton of stuff that's popped up with the
okay.
internet and like security concerns and stuff like that, or finding out new things, access to new people. And like making friends is different and it's not
That's
as
true.
always as easy,
Yep.
especially because we have our face buried in a phone all day. So I
Yes.
think just understanding that and being passionate about like different things that could happen because then I've had some stuff with online friends and issues that have popped up and just knowing the difference between the two mediums and just being sure to always be there, I guess is really
Mhm.
what I'm trying to say.
I really love how much thought you put into answering the question, that it wasn't just one thing. It's, as we know, there's not just one thing that makes a good parent. And I really think you touched on so many of the important ones. And I love how you thought further about generational, about how times have changed and how parenting styles may have had to change or what's become important in parenting, what we need to look for. So I think those are really insightful answers. So thank you. Um, what I guess following up on that, what do you think? You gave great answers for what parents need to do for their children. What do you think children really need from their parents?
Um, I think like well thought out skills, whether it's
Can you
ha-
elaborate? What do you mean?
cooking, cleaning, laundry, how to do your
Life
taxes,
skills.
life skills.
Yes, it's the life skills.
Wait, so are you saying that parents need to model those skills for their kids
Yeah,
so that
one
that's
hundred.
a really interesting answer, Devin. That's
Yeah,
that's re-
I mean, I'm doing laundry right now. I put in work shirts that have to be washed and dried at a certain temperature, and I mean, unless you look it up online and I mean, you'll get a million things, and yeah, there are some good stuff here and there, but I feel like it doesn't stick unless someone's physically doing it with you.
So did your mom teach you how to do your laundry?
Um, she did it a lot with me, and I mean, there
Okay.
were times that I did do it in our older house.
Okay.
Um, and then some stuff I got from my dad, like just financial literacy.
Okay.
I mean, you should learn it in school. I was fortunate enough to be in DECA, so I learned some things. Budgeting super important, understanding like how much a dollar really gets you.
You're touching on some really important life skills. You're right. You can't be an successful adult without these tools.
Mhm.
So, really well thought out, Devin. Thank you. Um, what do you think is the most rewarding part of being a parent?
I think watching your child accomplish something they've worked really long and hard on, whether that's small stuff like winning a youth soccer tournament or getting good grades on a test they study on, or then onto the big stuff like graduating college,
Mm,
getting married, and having like the big things, and that
right.
they spent a long time even getting their like dream job or a job they've always wanted, or going somewhere and being able to save all that money to go on a big trip. I think like watching that struggle to get to that end payoff, I feel like would be really, really rewarding.
That's a good one. Um, on the flip side, what about challenges? What do you think is the most challenging part of being a parent? I know it's hard to imagine you haven't been there, you're not there yet, but what do
I,
you
th- I think dealing with
what comes to mind?
like big disappointment milestones in life, meaning like first huge like blowout fight with a friend, first breakup, first like failed test, first job opportunity rejected, like those
Right.
things. Like,
Mhm.
I mean,
The
you have
big disappointment.
no prior experience, and that big thing hits you, or first car accident, like stuff like that,
Hmm.
or first ticket,
Mhm.
like just being there and like not exactly knowing how to navigate from both sides. It's your first time dealing with it for someone else as a parent a lot of the times, or the
Yeah,
kid. Just, I mean, new experiences are always can be hard, especially
sure.
those like sad ones. So yeah, I think that
Yeah.
would be the most challenging.
It's you're sitting here and I'm thinking back on I remember the first time my daughter got pulled over by the police and oh my gosh, it was on the way to school and it was the intersection where the light is on the corner where the garden is now.
Yeah, I know
I
exactly that.
forget
That was
this.
the first thing that popped into my head.
Yeah.
Right. So she it literally was her first day driving to school. She had her younger brother and his friend in the car. And she the light turned red and she got stuck in the intersection. And she didn't know what to do. That was not something we prepared her for. So the cop pulled her over. Her brother Cody called me and all I hear is hysterical
Dear.
crying in the
Oh.
background. She was just crying so hard, and the cops were looking in the car, and she didn't know what to do. She survived, she made it, and that day when she came home from school, we had a cake waiting for her first getting pulled over her first getting pulled over
Whose
cake.
idea was that to get her a cake?
I would have to go with me. I mean, I so
Did she laugh about it, or was she upset that you were making fun, like,
Um, eventually she
or
laughed
making
at
light
it.
of it? Okay.
We I think the whole thing we were trying to say like, "Congratulations, welcome to this was not an easy thing and you did it, you
Yeah.
survived it. Yes, it was scary, yes, it was upsetting, but yeah, look at this. You made it to the end of the day and you're here. You
Yeah.
survived."
Yeah.
So,
That's a good one. All right.
that's yeah.
Devin, you'll have to remember that one.
Um Okay. Last one, Devin. One thing from your childhood that you will take with you when and if you become a parent.
Definitely learning to laugh at yourself.
Mhm.
It's
Is that
very
something you guys did a lot? Spent a lot of time
all the time,
laughing?
Yep.
still to this day, doesn't
We had
matter.
some good laughs even
Yeah,
today when we went to go visit Bubby, Ken's mom, and their grandma.
me personally, I definitely take myself too seriously a lot of the time, and so, I mean, everybody makes mistakes, big, small, doesn't
Sure.
matter. At the end of the day, if all things ended up okay, just gotta learn to see the whether it's silver lining or just take something good out of it. And
Right.
a lot of that can come through laughter. There are other things too, but I always found that like left like the sink running or something, or you left a herb bowl in the sink and forgot to wash it, or you left your clothes in the dryer and now they're all moldy. Like just like
Right.
those stupid little things that we all do.
Right.
Like instead of getting mad at yourself, just like chuckle a little and move on.
Yeah, right.
Like
I can't
Yep.
believe I did that. I was
Did it
not laughing when
overflow?
I left my yes, I came home
Yeah.
to a flood in the house.
Mm,
I
well,
was letting a pair of Cody's baseball pants soak in the sink upstairs in the laundry room, and I came down when I came home because I left the house and went out, and I came home, and the water all came through. It was a mess, but laughing about it now though, Devin.
yeah.
exactly. So
Yeah.
So I like that. Don't take yourself too seriously. Be able to laugh
Mhm.
it through the hard times.
Yes. Yes.
Well, Devin, thank you so much for being with us today. It was so great to have you on here, and I really appreciate your insightful answers.
yeah, of course. Thank you for having me.
All right. And don't forget about the laundry.
I will.
Oh,
I will.
okay. All right. Have a good one.
You
Thank
too.
you.
You're
Love
welcome.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah. Okay, so now that Carrie's boys have been interviewed, I'm going to pass the mic over to Carrie as my youngest, Jackson, takes center stage for our next guest. Carrie, take it away.
All right. Hi, Jackson.
Hi.
Thank
How
you
you
for
doing?
joining us today. I'm so excited.
Thank you.
Yeah, we already told you, you are definitely our most excited guest. So the way
I'm honored.
he showed up today. So thank you. All right. So let's get down to business. What do you think children need from their parents?
I think children need to know that the parents are there for them.
Okay.
I think some children think they're too afraid of failing because they would have nobody to lean against
Mm-hmm.
and they wouldn't know what to do. But I think failing is probably the best part as a parent because you can teach your kids how to jump back on the saddle. Right. Um, yeah, but I think the most important part is being there for them and just reassuring that they have a safe space to talk
Mm-hmm.
to.
Okay. I love that one.
Thank you.
Safe space to talk to. And now, do you think that it's their actions that they've showed you that they're a safe space or that they told you, you can come talk to me about anything?
I think it's both.
Okay.
When you ask them, "Hey, I'm physically here for you if
Mm-hmm.
they're going through something mentally or physically."
Mm-hmm.
I know there are a couple of times where I was having some rough patches, and both my parents stepped in and they physically said, "I'm here for you,"
Okay.
and as well as I know that they're there for me as well.
So, what is the most rewarding part of being a parent and also the most challenging?
Well, I think the most rewarding thing about being a parent is seeing your kids succeed.
Hmm.
And I also think the most challenging part is being involved, but not too involved.
Okay.
You want to be there for your kid, but you don't want to live their life for them. You don't
Mhm.
wanna make every single decision for them. You don't want to raise them not to do certain things just because they're in your interest. I think letting your child live the way they feel like it's the right thing to do, I think that's the most rewarding thing by seeing how far your kid has come along. But also, it's pretty challenging because you can't live their life.
Mm.
You can't force them to do something just because you grew up to do that. You can't tell your kid to do something just because it's in your interest. That's the
Mhm.
right thing to do.
Yeah, or maybe they did it a different way when they were your age. You don't wanna hear
Mm,
all those stories.
exactly.
No, we never tell stories in our house.
No, nothing like that happens in the Anger household when I was your age. Alright, and so, should you be a parent one day, what is the one thing that you will carry with you that you learned from your parents? I know there's a lot.
I would teach them how to do the dishes at a young age. And I even when they're in their stroller, like, I'll attach a dog leash to them, and so they can learn how to walk the dogs at first, and then I can do it.
Yep, you're
Um,
teaching them
uh,
responsibility.
so one thing I learned from my mom
Yeah,
is always doing the right thing.
okay.
It can be the hardest situation, but when you know in your heart it's right,
Mhm,
it's pretty relieving because you can do something that you know is wrong, but you can just try to do it to fit in, and it can work for some time, but after a while, you can sort of feel a sense of guilt.
mhm.
Whereas just saying what's on your mind, it's always good to do, like, the right thing to do.
Yeah, yeah,
Sorry, I was like,
yeah,
but,
that guilt thing.
yeah,
That guilt thing.
yeah,
Just yeah, I
and
love that one.
I
More?
think
Okay,
yeah,
share with me more. I know there's others.
and I have a lot, but
No, keep
what I
going.
learned from my dad is to always keep connections.
Meaning friends
Friends,
or
I
people you've
mean,
worked with?
my dad, he can meet someone the next day, he's playing pickleball with them.
Yeah.
Keeping people close and always doing the right thing for them, it can never do you any harm.
Yep. I love that. I love that. And I'll keep both of you close to me.
Uh,
Oh,
I'll keep both you close to me too.
Alright. Yay. Alright. Well, Jackson, I loved all those answers. I know your mom did too, because I could just see it on her
yes, for
face.
sure.
Um, and we know everyone that's listening is gonna just hear the smiles and the crying coming from her, but we appreciated having you on as our guest celebrating our 2-year podcast
Woo-hoo.
anniversary.
Congratulations again, you guys.
Thank
Thank
Pretty
you.
awesome.
you. And now you can just go enjoy the rest of your senior year of high school.
I love you.
Well, now we're moving on, and we have Cody Anger, Jessica's middle child, oldest son, coming to us from Gainesville, Florida. So thank you, Cody, for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
And we
Flattered.
are going to jump right in on our questions. So, Cody, what matters most in being a good parent? What do kids really need from their parents? And I know it's challenging, right? You're not a parent yet, and you do have two fabulous ones, but
I do, and I'm very fortunate that I do have two of the best
uh-huh.
parents I could ever ask for. I'd say the number one thing is communication.
Mhm.
Um,
Can you tell
communication
he's my son?
between what's
Yep,
that?
I could tell he's your kid.
I say that's what I say
That's
all
our
the time.
line,
Oh, communication's
communication.
probably the most important thing because two good parents need to be on the same page. You guys bounce off of each other, and it's important for the kids because communication is probably the most important thing about growing up. You communicate anywhere you go. So having
Mhm.
two good role models who
are excellent communicators. It helps you grow up a lot easier. It's just really important to have two great communicators as role models. And
Yes,
Huh.
I agree.
um obviously showing up for your kids, that's important. How are they going to know that they should be the biggest fans of themselves without like having the two people they look up to the most being their biggest fans? So you always need someone that in your corner because the
Mhm.
world's a cruel place, but it's nice to have two people who will always be in your corner no matter what.
Mhm. And I think that you have 5 people in your
Mhm.
corner, right? Because
Five.
you have, yourself,
Oh,
you have your parents, you have your brother and your
uh-huh.
sister, so
Always,
you're
always,
doing
always.
pretty good. You have
Yeah,
5
I
people
got a
in your
good. I
corner,
got.
and I'll be in your corner too.
Thank you. I'll be in yours.
Especially in Utah when we're visiting.
Yes, I'm always in your corner then. Or you're in my corner, but anyway,
Yeah,
alright. Anything else, or are those the 2 that stand out to you the most?
those are the two that stand out to me. I
Okay,
guess to
Okay.
build off of communication, contradictory to what I said, I feel like not being so on top of your kid is also important because
alright.
if you're not, if like you're helping your kid and you're kind of babying them throughout their entire life, they're going to have no room to grow as a person.
Mhm.
So they're never going to have any hardships to face, any problems, any struggles. So I think that's important to like let them figure it out for themselves.
Mhm.
That's a good one.
Alright. That is a great one. It's a really hard one, I will say, for
I'm
parents
sure.
too, but that is an awesome one, and if you, at your age, already know that, you're gonna be an amazing parent, and, because I'm telling you, I did not know that at your age, so kudos.
Thanks. I try.
Alright.
Try.
Alright, and if not, your mom will just remind you.
Yeah.
All right. So from your experience, obviously as a child, not as a parent, but what do you view as is the most rewarding part of parenting and then the most challenging part of parenting
Hmm.
from what you've seen as a young adult?
I'm gonna start with the rewarding first.
Okay.
Um, rewarding. I just think that like when you see your kids do good in the world, it's the best feeling of all time. You're like, I raised that. I raised him. I raised her for
Uh-huh.
them. Um,
Yep.
but you're just proud of yourself because you're proud of them. Like
Mhm.
what they feel is what you feel, and vice versa. Most challenging thing about being a parent, I'd probably say preparation. I feel like no child is raised the same. Every child has different needs, and every child has a different personality, different upbringing, and how their lives are. So I feel like there's no such thing as preparation or
Mhm.
to becoming a parent.
Yeah.
So you're just thrown into the unknown and you just figure it out. Like
Yep.
so I think
Facts.
that's challenging. You're just going into a world of unknown.
Uh-huh.
That is
Um
so, so true, Cody.
Yes.
yeah. So
You cannot be prepared as much
As you think you
as
are.
you
you
can
think you
prepare as much
are.
as you want, but
Yeah.
realistically that does nothing. I
No.
mean it does
Right, right, right.
something, but like
Yeah.
really doesn't do that much.
Mm-mm. No, because you don't know what you're getting, and
Right.
there's no manual.
Yep.
Exactly.
Cody didn't show up with a manual.
Nope.
Oh, no.
No instructions for me.
And Cody, you're getting a lot of, visiting family members next
I know.
year.
I'm so happy about that.
That's
That's gonna be the best year of
amazing.
college.
Oh,
Amazing.
that's nice to
Amazing.
hear.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So, one last question. When and if you become a parent, what is the one thing that you will carry with you that you might have learned from your parents?
A thing that I'd carry with me first is traditions. Like my family's special. It's the little things that separate families from each other. Families will have their certain events like birthdays together, parties, all that. Like it's the little things that like make families who they are
Mhm.
and what they stand for. Like dinners on Sunday nights watching football in the dining room in my family. Like I'm carrying that to my family,
Cheers.
no doubt. Watching the Jets lose every Sunday, just being depressed about it. Um, Unfortunately, my kids will have to be Jets fans like that. So that's another tradition that I have to bestow because it was bestowed upon me.
Do you think that there'll be a child, like a baby Jet? Like someone will be named Jet? Have you guys ever thought about that? Since you
Uh,
Jackson was Jet.
Jackson was a
Mine
safe
Jackson
fought
one.
was
hard to name
was
Jackson Jet.
really?
Uh-huh.
Alright. A dog, maybe a future dog
Oh, a
should be
dog. That's
called
a good
Jet.
dog name. I like that idea.
Yeah.
Alright,
I'm
there we
taking that
go.
with my family too.
Awesome,
Um,
awesome. Alright, so
yeah, just
tradition.
just spending time with the everyone, visiting family. Yeah, just the little things. It's the
Yeah,
little things that really I want to carry over because the big things can happen in any other family, but those things that stays in mind.
yep. I
Okay.
love that, and
Me too.
I love the Sunday tradition because I will say, and I don't wanna make Jessica sad right now because the next football season will be quiet in her house,
It will
but
be,
for me, having
unfortunately.
2 boys, like, that was the time that I noticed the quietness, was when the TV was not on Sunday with football games.
Hmm.
Like, that was a I
Um,
did notice that.
I did not even think
Think of
about
that?
that until
Okay,
just
well,
now.
sorry. Alright.
Way to ruin the
Oh,
moment,
Well,
Carrie.
on your on your first Sunday, we'll have, like, a big party or something,
Mhm.
or they'll
maybe we'll
Overwhelm
just
them.
have to
you'll
be
have
up in
everybody.
Wiesenfeld for Sunday
Lonnie
night dinner.
Lonnie's gonna have everyone come over to watch the games, and you're gonna be responsible for the preparation.
Sign me up. Sign me up. All
Uh,
that to watch
There
the
we
Jets
go.
lose.
Yes.
yes.
There you go.
And
Yeah.
also, I do have another thing to add.
Yes,
Only
please.
to make my dad happy. I will you know what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna
I do.
my kids are gonna learn how to ski and snowboard.
Okay.
That's
That
another anger tradition. Like that's something I'm
That
gonna
is
bring
a
with
tradition.
my family.
Alright, I
okay.
love that. Now are you gonna teach them yourself? Are you gonna have
I'll
grandpa
start
teach them, or
well, grandpa's gonna insist that he teaches them, but
Mhm.
his knee probably won't hold out till then. I hope it does, but I'm being realistic. Um,
Okay.
but I
I love
teach them
it.
to snowboard. He can handle the skiing.
Okay. I love
Okay.
it. That's gonna be fun. I hope I get to see it.
I hope
Yes, for
I
I
hope
sure.
hope
I
so
get to
too.
see it. Alright.
Uh,
Well, we loved have you on, Cody. Thank you
thank
for
Thank
you.
you so much for
coming
having me. Thank you
from
for taking the time to invite
making
me on this
time. No,
podcast. And
thank
congrats on
you
2 years.
for taking
Thank
the
you, sir.
time to meet with us today, and go finish your year. Actually, you're probably done soon.
I'm almost done in a week, yeah.
Alright, well, good luck, finish strong, and have fun, and have, a great summer, and good luck what's coming because it's all good things.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck to you on
Alright,
your
we loved
podcast as
having
well.
you.
Bye,
Bye,
Cody.
guys.
Bye.
Love you.
Love you. Bye.
Bye. Okay.
Alright. So we saved the best for last. We have our one daughter in the group after we had all
Yay.
the sons on. So now we get to hear the daughter, Jessica's oldest. Avery is joining us from Orlando. Thank you for taking time to be with us today. And
Hi,
we,
Ave.
Hi. Happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
yeah.
Yeah, you're helping us celebrate our 2-year anniversary.
Woo.
Woohoo. All right. So, Avery, Share with us what matters most in being a good parent.
I think just supporting your child and respecting their boundaries. And I feel like that's so much more easier said than done. But like for example, um, I used to babysit a lot. And I have a bunch of little cousins. And when I don't know, this is just like a little thing I used to do, but when their parents sometimes would be like, "Oh, go give Avery a hug or a kiss." I'd be like, "Oh, do you want to give me a hug and a kiss?" I would ask the child first if they
Yeah.
actually wanted to do it. If they didn't do it, then I'd be like, "Oh, no, you don't have to, like, hug or kiss me if you really don't want to." But just little things like that, yeah. And then as you get older, it changes, obviously. Like with my mom, when I'm dating someone, I'll be like, "Okay, you have this many questions to ask about this
You have
person."
a limit.
Yeah, you have a limit.
Yes. You have a limit on the number of questions that can come in.
Yeah.
Um, that's great. That's great. I love that.
Well,
I
is
love
it?
both
I
your
don't
it is
know.
great. Yeah. Because you know what? You raised a daughter
Yeah.
who understands, like she said it herself, boundaries,
Yep.
and she's setting them for you. So now everybody knows what the expectations are. So yeah, no, I think it's
100%.
great. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
And I like the other one that you said about I mean, we for sure did that when I was, had little kids. When you saw grandma and grandpa or an aunt, oh, go give them a hug.
Of
Like, I
course.
don't know that
Y
they want to go
Right.
give a
Yeah.
hug.
We never
So,
left a place or entered a place without kissing everyone in the room.
mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
Mhm.
And to be honest, like, I'm not a kisser. I know nowadays it's like more common for friends to hug and kiss each other. I
Now you
was
tell me, Carrie.
I'm not maybe a hug. Wasn't the
Yeah.
kissing type with my friends and certainly not with relatives, but my husband is like complete like all like he's going in first to hug and kiss everyone. I'm like standing behind like, "Oh my god." Yeah. But yeah, so that's a great one. I do love that, Avery. Anything else? Anything else that you think that like what the kids need that the parent would make the parent um, a good one by attending to those needs. Anything else or those 2 or just
Just, like,
stand out?
be there, be present as you can
Yeah.
because, life gets crazy, but yeah, I think
Be
those are
there,
the big
be
ones.
present. Yeah, I love
Yeah.
that. All right. Okay, so from your experience, obviously being a kid, now a young adult, what do you think the most rewarding part of parenting is or would be? And then also what the challenging part of being a parent?
Um, I think the most rewarding part is seeing your kid thrive and be happy and find passion and seeing them do what they love and achieve great things while doing what they love.
Mhm.
Um, and then I feel the hardest part of parenting is, I guess, managing the expectation of who your child is going to be, if
Mhm.
that makes any sense.
Yes, it
Like,
does.
what? What?
You're
Why are
so
you
good.
covering your
No,
face,
I
Mom?
that's and that is just an amazing thing to say. That
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, just the difference in expectation of what you think your child is going to grow up to be versus who they actually are, I
Mhm.
feel are two different things. Um, and also just I know, Mom, I feel like you've felt this before, but when I'm upset or something, or I'm having a hard time and it's not something that you can automatically fix, I feel like that's also
A
a
hard
hard part of parenting too, watching your kid go through that kind of stuff.
Mhm. Yes, it is. I mean, that's probably, if not the hardest, I would say it might be in second position,
Yeah.
right? Is
Yeah, but it's
watching it and knowing there's nothing because we feel it.
Yes.
Yeah.
We feel it, and I know it's hard and it sounds weird, because, as a young person, you're not really focused on your parents and how you make your parents feel, right? Because you're very
Yeah.
thinking about yourself and learning how to be who you are.
Yeah.
It is so hard. It
Yes.
is so hard. So you nailed
It
that. So if you know that already, you're gonna make an amazing parent if you decide to have children. But
Thank
I'm not
you.
assuming, but you would
Yeah.
that's a good one. That's an amazing one. So
yeah, for sure.
all right. Okay, so what is the one thing that you will carry with you if and when you decide to have children and become a parent that you saw from your parents or in your upbringing? Is there something you'll carry with you?
Um, hmm, just remembering that while it's so important to be there for your kids, it's also important to be there for yourself and take time for yourself. Mom, I love you so much, but you need to take more time for yourself.
I'm working on that. I'm gonna have a lot of time next year, that's for
I
sure.
know, I know. But that's definitely something because at least I don't know, I think about it. I love my hobbies. I don't know how I don't want to give that up when I have kids because that's such a part of who I am.
Yeah.
Um and there's just I feel like there's a lot that you can do for your mental health when it
Mm.
comes in terms of doing your own hobby, having your own things that not define you, but let you or your safe space that you can go to. Um, yeah, because you can't pour from an empty cup when you're a parent. So, just recharging. What? What?
That it's I honestly, I laughed, I think, when every one of you gave an answer, but it's because I'm amazed by your
Your
perspective and
insight.
your
Yes.
insights
Yes.
into, like, I just
Yes.
I honestly, it is true joy in listening to the people that you have become and your ideas. That is what I'm feeling right now.
Yes.
Aw.
It is not laughing at it is
It's
sheer joy
pride. Yeah,
and
she
pride.
has
Yeah.
yep. It's a proud moment.
Yes.
Aw.
So thank you for sharing that, Avery. That's an amazing perspective. It's a very mature perspective. Um, yeah, because it's true. As a parent, there are things that at times we have to put aside to focus on, like the child that needs us because,
Mhm.
they cannot survive without
Yeah.
the
Mhm.
parent. But yes, as soon as we can still make time for ourselves, I think that's a really good thing for all parents to really remember is that it's just as important, to take care of you
Yeah.
as
Mhm.
it is for your child. So
100%.
awesome.
Yep.
Awesome. So thank you.
Hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this has been amazing having your kids on, Jessica,
It's
as
yes, Jess.
mine too.
Yes.
I believe everybody had similar yet different perspectives, right?
Yeah.
We got something new from each one of our kids
Mhm.
collectively.
Absolutely.
And I think that our listeners are going to love hearing all of these perspectives. And maybe this will turn into maybe a little game that people can play at home with their families, asking some of these questions
I
because
think that would be awesome.
it was amazing for us to be able to hear this, even though we weren't looking for the feedback for ourselves. We were looking to
Mhm.
share with our audience so they could hear what young adults think of parenting and how they'll be. So,
Yes. That was our
thank
goal.
you. We loved having you. Thank you for
Yes.
Yeah.
taking the time.
Of
Thank you
course.
for
Well,
being
thank
with
you
us,
for
Eve.
having me. Thank you
Yeah.
what? Sorry, I
I
didn't hear
said
you, Mom.
I just said thank you for being with us, Eve.
Yes.
Yes, thank you for having me.
All
Thank you. All right.
All right, I
Bye-bye.
love you, Eve. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Carrie, that was just so it was just, it wasn't what I was expecting. I mean,
I know.
if we would have sat here and written what do we think each child would say, they were all different. They all interpreted it differently, but yet they all had a theme of love, support,
Yep.
showing up. It just, I'm very proud of our children.
Yes, me too.
They
Yeah.
they they're off to a good start.
Mhm. Mhm. It
We are
is
very
fun.
blessed and very lucky.
Yes, it is fun watching them adult and them navigate being who they are and being independent and being good humans.
I was just going to say, and they what we just heard, what we just listened to, that is why Carrie and I do this.
Mhm.
I mean, they are the driving force behind how this all started. We know that parenting, we've said it so many times, it comes with so many challenges,
Mhm.
but how rewarding it is to see the humans we're creating.
Yes. Yep. I agree with you. And just remember, you're not alone in this parenting journey. It's the one job we sign up for that we did not have any education or
Yep.
training to help us along the way. So,
I just want to add that what when I say pride and how extremely proud I am of all of 5 of them that were on, just so our listeners know, that didn't just happen
mhm.
by accident or overnight. There were bumps in all of our roads.
Yep.
There was no linear
Mm-mm.
path to how our children got to where they are.
Nope.
Each one of them had a separate struggle at a separate time. Just remember, wherever you are in your journey, you're not alone.
Thanks for listening. Happy anniversary to us.
Happy anniversary, Carrie. Oh,
Thank you for listening to this episode of Parent Coaches Unleashed with Carrie and Jessica. Together, we can raise the next generation of independent, capable, and compassionate young adults.
we encourage you to send us an email with questions and feedback to info@parentcoachesunleashed.com. Please remember, you are not alone on this parenting journey.